When you finally see people clearly, you take your rose-tinted glasses off and see them for who they really are. Most importantly, in our personal lives, with the people we know close to us and around us, everything changes for the better. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, we're disappointed in people. But we let go of that burden and become better and more free to focus on people we've neglected our entire lives, ourselves. Speaking of which, if you're struggling with making sense of it all, you need somebody to help you, mentor you, coach you in a direct, no bullshit sort of manner. Let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and pinned comment down below. I'm not talking to people who are conspiracy theorists, black pillars, doomers, and everything like that. I'm talking to people who finally see their parents for who they really are. Finally see their friends, especially their colleagues, or worst of all, see their partner for who they really are. I'll tell you a story. When I was in a toxic relationship, a couple of years ago now, I'd always had this inkling that person wasn't right for me, that it was toxic, that it was not right at all. And I wasn't really up to grips of what a narcissist was or toxic relationships. I tried doing my research, but I was a little bit haphazard. But the final time we were together, which turned out to be the end of the relationship once and for all, I looked opposite at this person and saw them for what they really were. Not right for me, most importantly. Me not right for them. And a narcissist. It's the same with family. Through the despair and tragedy of losing my dad, through my darkest hour, and being betrayed and messed around by so-called family, related to dad as well, I saw them for what they really were. But we don't even have to go to extremes. These could be jealous neighbors or friends. These could be people who always talk about themselves. These could be people who are very self-absorbed. These could be people who don't have your best interest at heart. Once you finally come to terms with the truth, rather than burying your head in the sand and gaslighting yourself or forcing religion to reframe it so it makes your situation feel a little less stressful, everything changes. So if I'm in a relationship with a narcissist, what am I going to do? Am I going to stay in a relationship with a narcissist? No, I'm going to get the hell out and walk away. If I see that family are toxic and don't have my dad's, God rest his soul, my family's best interest at heart, then I'm not going to associate with these people. If I sniff out jealousy, any type of red flag, any sort of situation like that, I will keep these people at arm's length. I will move jobs. I will move cities. I will do whatever I can to protect my life and my mental health. That's exactly what you need to do. But here's the thing, again, this is not about Big Pharma. This is not about politics. These are just opinions. These are not doom and gloom people that are, oh God, the world are just sheep. No, these are the people in and around your life who have affected you up until this point, and you haven't made heads or tails of it. And I'm here to tell you that once you see it clearly, however that happens, it doesn't have to be even dramatically. You can wake up one day and see the truth. I liken this to when a young boy gets old enough to realize that his dad, in a healthy dynamic, is normally his hero. His dad can do everything, knows the answers to everything. But then when he educates himself and goes out into the world and realizes his dad's just another guy and isn't a genius, isn't a superhero or anything like that, it's a tragedy to discover it, but it's the truth. And this is the same thing. Perfection doesn't exist. People lie, people gaslight, manipulate. People are sometimes not right for you, and you are not right for them. The fog lifts, essentially, when you stop needing approval. You used to ignore red flags to keep the peace. You used to bite your tongue. You used to let it go. Now, you're more at peace without these people entirely. That doesn't make you a better person, doesn't make you elitist, doesn't make you, on the higher ground or whatever like that. No. You're at peace. If you're working for a narcissistic boss that's killing you in your job and your career, giving you health problems? Is it better to bite your tongue or find another job? Is it better to adhere to the abuse of a toxic partner and carry on being miserable, or is it better to walk away? Is it better to be friends with people who are jealous? I think you get my point. So this is uncomfortable. This is discomfort, because we don't need this anymore. We don't need to keep the peace. Why do we keep the peace? That's when you start finally seeing people clearly. You think to yourself, why am I biting my tongue for the upteenth time? Why am I putting up with their shit? Why am I being spoken to and treated that way? Well, no one's showed you how to do it. No one's showed you how to stand up for yourself. You don't need to get violent. You don't need to get aggressive. You need to stand up for yourself and trust the discomfort. That's your nervous system finally catching up with the truth you've buried. And here's the crazy part. We knew the answer straight away. Whether you go on a date with someone or you meet them for the first time and your skin crawls, the hair's on end, something doesn't feel right about this person, these people. You don't know what it is. Forget the conspiracy theories. Focus on how they make you feel, okay? And how you feel about them, all right? That's the truth. And that lifts. You see it clearly, that fog clearly afterwards, when you don't need the approval of people who are not right for you. And that's the whole premise of this video. Now, people are going to accuse you of being cold, ruthless, just selfish, entitled, toxic even, but you're not any of those things. You're just clearer. It's not that you've become a heartless bastard or bitch. You just stopped entertaining what drains you. These individuals, especially toxic people, they know exactly what to say to keep you pigeonholed, keep you penned in to their agenda. The agenda being, give me attention, give me your money, give me your time, give me your energy, whatever. If it's a boss, give me your life so I can suck it out of you and make more money or whatever it needs to happen. So that's why we go back. That's why it's so difficult to walk away from these toxic people, to cut ties. That's why I'm the expert at it. If you need help, book a call down below and I'll show you how to do it. But at the same time, they know just what to say. Oh, you're heartless. I thought you told me you loved me and you'd never leave me. I thought you had my best interests at heart. And then, we say to ourselves, yeah, I did have their best interests. Yeah, probably maybe I'm, overreacting. No, you're not overreacting. Detachment isn't cruelty. It's clarity with boundaries. I am yet to meet one person who's watched my videos, got millions of views, by the way, worked with clients all around the world. Never received an email from anyone saying, do you know what? I walked away from that job, that person, that family, whatever, and I've made a big mistake. And I'm not talking about initially in the first few days or weeks. I'm talking about months or years later. It's never happened. Detachment isn't cruel. It isn't cold. It isn't toxic. It's clarity. It's the truth. Now you're seeing that most people operate on ego, not empathy. This is something that I really struggled with. I'm so empathetic. I really give a shit about you. I really do. And I give a shit about people that work with me, especially. I go above and beyond. Okay? I want you to be supported. I want you to have clarity. And I want to help. Even through a screen, I will do it. That's empathy. When people tell me their problems, when I listen to people, I don't just listen. I embody those emotions. It's my personality. I see the world through their eyes. I feel their pain. I feel their joy, excitement. But people operate on ego, not empathy. People are colder and not ruthless. They just don't give a shit. A lot of people don't want connection. They want that thing that you're trying to break free from, and that's control. And now you stop feeling their illusion. That's when they feel threatened. Say you're trying to leave a toxic relationship or partner, prime example, or a toxic job. I'll never forget when I walked away from a toxic job years and years ago. The boss at the time said to me, you're a little shit, you never amount to anything, I regret hiring you, you're never going to make it in this world, nothing. I just put my headphones on, blasted some Oasis and just walked out. The old bat was wrong. Very, very wrong. But that's the threat, because she didn't give a shit about me. Why would she? She wanted the control to say what she wanted, treat me how she wanted to as well. Now, our natural inclination here, if we're not seeing people clearly, is to fix them. Let me fix you. Let me show you. Let me give you this PowerPoint presentation. Watch this guy on YouTube, Coach SCG. He's going to show you where you're going wrong, but don't try to fix them. It's not worth it, because they don't want to be fixed. They don't want to know. Again, this is not about conspiracies. This is about behaviors and personalities. Protect your energy. Walk away quietly and rebuild with people who meet you in the truth. I am so fortunate all these years later to not only be with a beautiful woman and have a wonderful relationship, but somebody who gets me. Someone who can read me like a book and I read her. Someone who's got the same principles, morals and values on 99% of the things we want. And we have a real relationship, not a fake Instagram sunshine and rainbows one. We are rooted in reality, and I bloody love her for that. The final thing here is you've outgrown the version of you that tolerated so much bullshit. The older version of you needed company, attention, peacekeeping, but now you'd rather be alone, rather be away from it, rather have far less than be utterly drained, messed around, betrayed, and so on. There's a monumental shift that happens in us, and it happened to me, and it was incredible. I was out all the time. All the time. I was a people pleaser. I wasted so much time, energy, and money. Not just on dating, but just friends, family. I always had to seek in others what was missing in me. And then as I got older, more tired, less tolerant for bullshit, I took my foot off the gas. I reviewed who and what was around me, and I said, that's out, you're out. And I wasn't necessarily looking for people to betray me or upset me or cross a line, but if they ever did, it would hurt me, just like it hurts you. And then I'd wake up and say, okay, I'm done. We don't have to have a big falling out. I'm just going to drift away, and that's it. Growth of any kind, truth of any kind feels lonely at first, but then it clears the space for real alignment. And the greatest relationship you can have is with yourself, to begin with. And then suddenly when you see people clearly, everything changes. People who do the work, people who do coaching with me, people who learn, don't go and get another toxic relationship. They see the toxic relationship straight away before even thinking about going on a first date. People who get badly burnt see the bullshit and don't fall for the scam, don't trust the wrong people, and have a zero tolerance for nonsense. That's what it's all about. It ain't about the government. It ain't about Big Pharma. It ain't about what's going on social media. It ain't about any of those things. It's about alignment with your personal truth. Being seen, being heard, understood, being praised on your growth, and finally being yourself. And those who don't align, those who don't want to, fade off into the distance, and then something magical happens. You gravitate to the right people, and they will come. And then you've got the choice, do you want them or not? It's always your call. Now, if you want to dive deeper into this, to have more clarity, do you want to understand how to walk away, or you need mentorship or guidance in a no bullshit direct manner in anything you're going through, let me help you. This is so unique. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and pinned comment below. I guarantee you're not colder. I guarantee you're not toxic or heartless or rude or evil. You're just, finally, crystal clear. Embrace it. Are you sick and tired of feeling stuck in life or being weighed down by endless struggles? Maybe You're exhausted from being walked all over, or tired of never having boundaries, or not saying no, walking away, or stuck in toxic cycles and situations. Well, imagine breaking free from all of that, feeling powerful and totally in control of your life. When you work with me, there's no BS, no fluff, just real, personal transformation.
I won't lie, his direct no BS approach made me feel uncomfortable at times, but was absolutely necessary to reveal my blind spots that were holding me back to become the best version of myself.
He told me things I didn't want to hear but I needed to hear, and it's helped me find myself again and to move on from it all and to rebuild and to come out stronger.
Now, you've seen my journey on YouTube about the power of walking away from the wrong people, overcoming addiction, handling grief, empowering myself from being rock bottom. But this isn't about me. This is not my story. This is your story. Imagine having a life on your terms, having a healthier, better relationship, being able to overcome your struggles and actually be at peace and taste happiness, maybe for the first time ever in your life.
I was skeptical at first, as he's not the cheapest, but my concerns were immediately put to rest when he presented a step-by-step detailed breakdown of my new life plan for me to follow immediately after the call.
I had a session with SCG. I just think that it was very, very beneficial, and he helped me work through my structure and path moving forward.
Now, other coaches fail when it comes to getting real results because they offer you generic advice that is not catered to you. It's a one-size-fits-all program, and it's a load of BS.
After watching countless videos on YouTube regarding heartbreak, I noticed that they were all similar. Go to the gym, hang around with friends, find a hobby, and all that other BS basically. Yeah, that's great advice, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the advice that I needed. That's when I came across SCG's videos.
But I'm different. I listen to you. I take notes. I ask the deep questions and personalize and cater to your needs to take you from where you are now to where you truly want to be. And it's a lot easier and simpler than you think.
What I appreciate the most is how SCG tailored the session to my specific needs and goals. After questioning and analysing my unique background and story, I feel he over-delivered, proving his genuine passion for his clients.
I totally recommend, if you're reaching out, if you're looking into having somebody who can listen with understanding and help you kind of bring different perspectives to what you're dealing with.
So here's what I want you to do. If you are genuinely serious about change and personal transformation, book a free discovery call right now down below. And also check out the testimonials from real people and real success stories of men and even women who've turned their lives around thanks to me. There are only limited spots available, to take advantage of this now, and it's only for serious people who are serious about change. So let's not delay. Let's not keep you where you are now, stuck in the same cycles, the same routines for another year. Let's work together and break free together and live life finally on your terms.
Truly, thank you, SCG.
I really appreciate you, SCG.
If you're going through something similar, he could help you also.
If you're thinking of coaching with him, try it out for sure. Reach out.
If you're struggling too, especially with heartbreak, or just like I am, or anything else for that matter, then please reach out to SCG. Book your free consultation, and I can assure you, you won't regret it. You can't put a price on your health, especially your mental health.